Okay. So today, we are going to be looking at IP addressing. Only mute, just mute yourself.
Okay.
So today we are going to look at IP addressing and virtualization. So we are going to look at today. So let me share my screen. Okay, so let me go to the web because there is something we want to look at. Let me use my diagram.net to display what we want to look at. Open existing diagram. Okay. Okay. Today we are going to look at IP addressing, but let's start with IP addressing. Like I told you before, IP addresses are what? Are sets of what? Information, instructions that must be made for certain communication to happen on a particular network. And like I told you before, IP address, they are more like, let me say, a bit. You understand? They are more like the runs on what? On the computer. You know, like I told you before, the language that a computer understands is just binary, 1110000. These are the only language computer understand. You understand? So behind the computer, there is what? A translator that translates these bits, you understand, into what we can now see in terms of the numbers and figures, etc., that we are going to see. When the computer is built in what? To understand just basically bits. So this is what the language the computer understands. So today we are going to look at IP addressing, the classes and the various versions of what the types of IP, what they are used for, etc., etc. So like I told you before, you have read from the notes, IP address. Let me open the notes on the Windows Server Administration. Let's see. Okay. Windows Server Administration, I think it should be here. Okay, IP addressing, this is it here. What is an IP address? An IP address is a 32-bit sequence of ones and O's. You see, because this is the language the computer understands in binary, 1 and 000, and it comes to what? A 32-bit sequence. So it is a way to identify a machine on a particular network. So when we go into the practical fully by next week, we are going to assign what? Be assigning our IP address to a computer, and we are going to ping the computer that we are going to set up on a particular network. So it's a unique identifier, a numerical label, 32 bits in binary, etc., etc. And this is the usage of IP. IP is used to connect to another computer. For example, now, if I want to ping you down, you understand? Or let me say, I sent a Zoom link to you now. You are able to connect to a Zoom. It is because this Zoom you've downloaded and my Zoom have been designed. They have a particular IP. When you register your Zoom, you register with a mail, a Gmail address. So as you register with a Gmail, an IP address has been assigned to your account. Sorry, I have a call. Let me just mute and let me visit the call. It's not necessary. Okay. So an IP address has been assigned to your account.
Me gbọ́kàn tó sọ last.
Okay, ṣé o ń gbọ́ mi call ló wọlé? Can you hear me now?
Mo ti ń gbọ́ ẹ báyìí.
Okay, call ló wọlé sórí phone mi. Call ló wọlé. So like I'm saying, an IP address has been assigned to your Zoom account. Likewise, my own Zoom account too, an IP address has been assigned to my Zoom account. And that is why we are able to communicate on the Zoom network. You understand? Now we are operating, we are speaking now, we are doing video on the Zoom what domain. No, it is virtual. You are not seeing me physically. You understand? You are seeing me on the what internet. We can on our video and we can see each other like you are standing in front of me. So it is not physical, it is virtual. This communication is able to happen because of the what IP addresses that is on the Zoom what network. That is what we're able to see. So the usage of IP is used to connect to another computer like we are connecting now, allow transfers of files and email. You know, on the Zoom now, I can send message to you. Likewise, WhatsApp. I can send a file to you on WhatsApp, you understand? Etc. etc. We can send files, send applications, as far as both of us are connected on that network. So what is an internet protocol, which is IP protocol used for what? Communicating data. So all this, we are still beating around the bush, beating around the fact that IP are used to what? To make communication on what? On the network. That is what IP is used for. So the IP is divided into two. We have the network part and we have the host part. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you all this, but that will be later on when you fully understand, because if everybody calculation, this involves a lot of mathematics. We are going to do a lot of binary and indices for you to understand what this network part and host part means. But the theory aspect, the network part specifies the unique number that is assigned to your network. And the host part, this is the part of the IP address that is assigned to your host. You know, this Zoom we are discussing on now, there is a Zoom server. You understand? And we are communicating on a Zoom network. On the Zoom server, there is an IP that is attached to their server on the Zoom workstation, you understand? So that IP that is attached to the server is referred to as the network part. So me and you, we are what? Clients. It's referred to as the host part. Any IP you have on your Zoom account is the host. The one I have is the host. Every other person that is registered on Zoom network, they are operating on the what? On the host part. So this is a part of the IP address that you assign to each host, which means to each what machine. It is uniquely identified. It's uniquely identify this machine on your what? On your network. So the Zoom server is the one using this what? Host part. Why me and you, we are the one operating on the what? The host what? Parts. So this is the IP structure. IP addresses consist of what? Of 4 sections. For example, this is what an IP looks like. Let me do this. This is what an IP look like. 10.100 dot what? 123.124 or .124.100. This is an example of what? Of an IP. It can be any number, but the number must be between what? 0 to what? Must be between what? 1 to what? The number must be between 1 to what? 256. Between what? 1 to what? 256. You understand? Okay. It can be 1.1. You can make it to become 1.1.1.1. But the number, it is in 4 parts. But each of the parts must be between what? 1 to what? 256. Like if you have Facebook, for example, Facebook have their IP. All internet, you can access internet through their what? IP. Even WhatsApp, they have their IP. Zoom, they have their IP. There is nothing on the internet that doesn't have its own what? IP. Even Amazon, they have their own what? IP. So IP enables you to what? To communicate. It's because your email address on Facebook has been assigned a certain IP. That's why you are able to log into your what? Your Facebook and connect to the what? To Facebook server. So please understand that. Then we also have where is our notes? Where is our notes? I'm looking for our notes. Okay. So it consists of what? 4 sections, like we said. Each section is what? 8 bits. Okay, let me go back to that. Each section is 8 bits. This one, like this, let me see which tool I'm going to use. So I'm not really used to this. I'm already used to the, okay, let's use this arrow, for example. Oh,
Okay.
let me pick it and take it here. This arrow, Ctrl C. I copy anyway, it's not copy. Okay, let me just go ahead and pick. Oh, you pick it like this, okay? You also pick, please, each of them are pointing to each of the numbers individually. So this is also what? Pointing to this. Okay, so each of these consists of what? 8 what? Bits. This one consists of what? 8 bits. You understand? So also this one consists of what? 8 bits. This other one consists of what? 8 bits. 8 bits. So also this other one consists of what? This one consists of what? 8 bits, each of them. So this last one also consists of a what? 8 bits. Okay.
What is 8 bits? What is 8 bits?
Like I told you before, 8 bits that they are the language computer understand. Like this one now. For example, you have, this 100.123.124.16. This section, each of these sections consists of 8 bits, which means for this 100 you are seeing, behind the language the computer understand, what you are seeing is 100, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, for example. This does not mean it's the actual, there's a calculation we are supposed to do, but it is a whole lot. I don't want us to go into that. Just understand the basis. We'll go into that practical at the later on of the day. You understand? Like this one now, this is 8 number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The computer understands 100, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. They are binary numbers. So there is an interpreter, you understand, that interpret these bits you are seeing here to 100. Then for the 1, 2, 3, there is also another bit. Its own might be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. The interpreter can also interpret these bits to become what? 123. Damila, are you lost?
No, I'm with you.
So, like I told, the language the computer understands is 10000. So it is just the interpreter that is interpreting all these bits the way it is designed. It's interpreting all these bits to all these numbers to give you the set of IP. So it might be that this 124. Don't worry, when we get to the calculation, you will understand the bits. You understand? But I don't want us to dwell much on theory. This 124 might be 111000001.
I understand. Okay.
I'll interpret it to this. So that is what it means.
Okay.
So each section is 8 bits long. So each section can range from 0 to 122, 255, like I told you before. Okay, I said 1 to 225. Sorry, is 0 to what? 220, 255. But in some cases, it's always what? 256. So this is an example written, for example, 129.35.0.73, like we did before. So we have what? 5 classes of IP. We have class A, class B, class what? Class C, and what? And class what? Class E. So let's look at the classes and range of what? Of IP. There is something I want us to look at, which is very, very important. Okay, let's close this book. Let's just go back to our diagram page. Let me delete this. So please, there are there are 5 classes of IP: class A, class B, and class C. And these classes are classified according to their what? IP addresses. So we are going to look at the classes now. Come, let me delete this. Okay. We have the class A. We have the class B. We have the class C. We have the class D. And we have the what? The class E. Class E. You understand? So, but for the sake of this our lesson, or also what we are going to be doing, we are only going to use class A, class B, and class C, because IP class D and IP class E are reserved for what? For government. You understand? It's not meant for an individual or any organization to use. So even if you are going to be an organization, you want to build your IP, all your IP must be built around what? Class A, class B, and what? And class C. So this is the difference between them. Let me show you the difference between them. Class A ranges from what? 0 to I'm coming. Let me get my book so that I will not make mistake. So we classify this IP based on their ranges. Don't worry about the theory, because when we go into because when you go into what we are doing fully, all those things are going to be what? Automated. It's automation we are going to use. We are not going to be assigning all this manual IP. So for the class of IP, we have class A is between what? 1 to 126. 1 to what? 126. When you see any IP address that starts from 1 to 126, it is what? Class A IP. Then for class B, it starts from what? 128 to what? To 191. 191. Then when you see class C starts from what? 192. 192 to 223. 192 to what? To 223. And class E starts from what? 224. 224 to what? 255. 224 to what? 255. And class, sorry, this should be 239. So 239. And class E is what? From 240 to what? 255. 240 to what? 255. So are you following? So when you see, for example,
yes,
IP address we wrote initially. Let's say you see an IP address that is, let me ask you this now. Let me show you this IP address. 193.121.200.5. What class of IP is this, Dami?
this one is class C.
Class C. Clap for yourself. Go sharp. Sharp. So this is class C because it's fall within this what range. So when for interview in your job, they might ask you, so we have a server class of IP, or we want to speak with, I will tell you the reason. And in the long run, why we have to, these classes of IP are very important. You understand? When you want to spin up or you want to connect a system that is not more than 62 computer or 62 hosts, you use what? Class A. But when you are connecting a system of like 63,000, you use what? Class B. But when you have a computer or user that are running to millions that wants to connect to your server, you use class C. So the more the users, the higher the what? The classes. Please, your class D and class E are kept for what? For research purposes. Oh, where can I get cover? Okay, let me just use this. So please note. Coming on. This machine, this thing is very hard to use. Okay. So your class B and your class C are for what? Okay, let me just delete that. I beg. I'm trying to.
Or just draw a straight line between them.
And that is why I'm trying to see what I can use. I just started using this thing yesterday. No.
Okay.
So I prefer it because the man low whiteboard in Zoom. Most of the time, our whiteboard me can show what I'm doing is not showing. So I want to see. Coming up, advanced basic arrow flow charts. Elements, tests. So, coming on. Namela Light is well with us.
Amen.
What I can use.
Even in the world.
Okay, don't worry. Let's just leave it here. Just leave it. So what we are saying in
Okay.
I want to see where I can actually merge these two together. Let me see. I think this is the best thing we can use. Okay. Let me see if I can pick it. Okay. Okay. So these two are reserved for what? For what? Research what? They are kept for what? Research what? Purposes. You understand? By the government. So you won't see any IP that starts with 224 or 240. So all you will see,
okay,
1 to what? 123. You will discover something.
Okay, this class D and class E now is only used by the government.
By the government, yes, for research purposes.
Okay.
You discover that we did something here. From class A, if you watch, we have 1 to 126. From class B, we have 1 to what? 128. You understand? Then where is 127?
127, I wanted to ask.
So IP 127 is used for what? Is a loop back address. Is a what? Loop back address. That is what? Reserved. It's also reserved for what? Troubleshooting. That is also reserved for what? For troubleshooting. You understand? And that is why we did see what you can't see any IP individual assigning 127 to the computer will not recognize it. You understand? But there are some special software that are designed for troubleshooting the code. You understand? Those kind of software are the one that use what? IP address 127. So when they say which address is reserved for troubleshooting in your interview anywhere, so you should know that IP 127 is an IP address that, or why do we not assign IP 120? Why can't we assign 127 to our host? You tell them it's what? A loopback address that is reserved for what? For troubleshooting. So any questions so far, Sister Damilala?
No question, no. Well understood.
So it's well understood, okay? So
Precious don't make it call. Precious make it call in.
Okay. Sugar daddy, Yankee. So now we are going into the practical steadily. So we want to go into the practical aspect now, steadily. But you said you've read about virtualization. Virtualization means it's not real, it's not physical. You understand? That you can what? I say, it's just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we can't see it. You understand? But it is available on the what? On the internet. Bitcoin is virtual currency. You understand? Like you,
okay.
Now, you are now a virtual. They say, can you see that Milala? You tell someone, I'm seeing that Milala now. But are you real before me? No, you exist. But I'm seeing you via what? Virtualization. That is what is happening now. That's what we want to study now. So virtualization is what? It means what? Creating what? A machine or hosts that are not what? Real. They are not physical. But you can access them via the what? Via the internet. You understand? So for the sake of this meeting, we are going to what? To download a virtual machine. It refers to what? the virtual computer. So Damilala, you go to your browser. This is what you are going to do. And one of the most important virtual machine, we have two types of hypervisor. We have the type 2 hypervisor and type 1 hypervisor. Thank God you've mentioned that before. So the hypervisor, there's the what? They're like the case. They're like the foundation, a body that provides what? You access to your what? To your virtual machine. That is what hypervisor does. Like when you go to our notes now, where we talked about hypervisor, let me see. When it virtualization by the cloud. Okay. Simply virtualization can make one resources out many, while cloud computing lets different users access a single pool of resources. Virtualization is a technology that allows you to create multiple simultaneous environments or dedicated hosts from a single physical hardware system. This my computer now is the physical hardware system. I'm seeing it. You understand? And clouds are IT environment that abstract. It abstract means you cannot see a pool and share scalable resources across the network. So it is a virtual machine. They are abstract, and you can share pool across network on the what? On the virtual machine. So there is, let me see, there's a place that talks about hypervisor here. Okay, I think there's an hypervisor. Okay, maybe I'll.
Yes, it's in the second note. You sent two notes.
Second note, Abby. Okay, okay.
Second note.
Let me check this note. It should be here. Let me check this. Okay.
It's not this one, no.
No, it's not here. It's not this one. It's not this one. Windows Server Administration.
The subject is virtualization and virtualization and IP notes.
Okay.
Virtualization and IP notes.
Okay, I think I remember that. Now. Okay. I think it's okay. Virtualization and IP. And that is my notes. Remember the form notes. Virtualization and IP.
So the search now, we are.
Yeah, let's see documents me. Should be inside my documents. And if it's not here, then it should be inside the main joining and file sharing, installation of OS and pinging. Oracle VM virtual. Okay.
See it now. I've seen it. You've passed it.
No, I've seen it. This is it. So virtualization so hypervisor is our hardware tool on our what? On a virtual machine. So the hardware tool we are going to use is the hypervisor, and they are type 2, type 1, and type 2 hypervisor. So we are going to be using type 2. Type 1 is used for a new machine without previous operating system, while type 2 is used for updating one OS to a higher version. So installing hypervisor steps. So go to Google and search for Oracle VM VirtualBox download. You understand? So you go to Google, you copy this and paste inside your Google. Oracle VM VirtualBox download. You see it? So you click on this. Oracle VM VirtualBox download. Because Oracle VM VirtualBox is a type of what? Hypervirtual. It provides an environment for you to install your what? Your operating system. So you click download. You click this. So this is it. Mind you, our machine is running on what? Windows host. Please, your machine, like your computer, is Windows. You know, we have different type of operating system. We have Windows operating system, we have Mac, we have Linux, we have Solaris, etc., etc. But for the sake of your own computer, please, you are going to click on the Windows. So when you come here, let me go back again so you see what we did. you search for, or it could be a virtual bus, because we are going into practical in our next class, and this is the machine we are going to use. You click on the first one, download the VM virtual bus. Then you click on your Windows host, except you are using Mac operating system. But here you click on Windows host. So you've downloaded your what? Your virtual machine. So it's still downloading. Let's just wait. It's a very small MB, 105 MB. So let's wait. Let us finish downloading. So let's go back to our notes. Let's see what we have there. Okay. Click on download Windows host and select what 64 bits. Okay, automatically. That's okay. After downloading, run as what? Administrator. Okay. So let's see our downloaded file. Our file has been downloaded. Let's see whether it will open. So let's open it. Or let's show in folder. Let's show in folder first. This is what we just downloaded. You right click, you run as what? Administrator. So you run as administrator. Let's see if it will open.
Okay.
The last one I downloaded in the open. So you click on yes. Okay. So installing, preparing to install. So what do? You click next. Okay, repair errors. The most recent fixes missing corrupt file, shortcuts and end-to-end from your this computer. Okay. Repair. Okay. Let me see, because I already have an existing. Are you sure you want to cancel this installation? Yes. Finish. Let me go and uninstall the one I have on my computer before, because I already have it. It will ask me if I want to repair or do all this. So this is my machine. Let me go ahead and delete. Let me go ahead and delete. So I've deleted my my machine. Let me come here, pin from taskbar. So you go to task manager to uninstall task manager. Let me see. Virtual VM virtual box. VM virtual. Okay, let me just come here and search for it. Oracle virtual box. Uninstall virtual box. So okay, control panel, programs and feature. This is it. Uninstall. Are you sure you want to uninstall? Okay. Going to remove. So let me remove it. Yes. So I want us to start afresh. That's why I'm uninstalling this. So we see the process of installation right from the beginning. So in our next class, we need a lot of patience, because some things will be running. It's even possible you go and cook beans and come back to the class, because some installation. So
But bó ṣe ń install nísìnyí, ṣé èmi náà ò ní get my tó bá tí wá sí teach me tó máa ṣe lọ ṣe tọwọ́ tèmi àbí.
I must send video here now. This class is on recording.
Okay, máa ṣe lọ ṣe.
So I'll send you the video. You sit down with it. You'll be watching and you'll be doing it yourself. But yeah.
Okay.
So let's click on this now. Let's see if it will. Okay, we already have it now. No need to pause. Let's go to our download and see if we already downloaded VirtualBoss. Okay, we want to run as administrator. Let's see if it will install now, because we uninstalled the previous version next. So this is it, VirtualBoss. It's turning. Okay, we just go to next. Next, you want to install now? Yes. Yes. Install. Just click next, 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 next. You get to install from your download file. Let's see if it will install. Okay, let's see. Finish. So our VirtualBoss has been what? Has been installed. You understand? So when you now, this is our VirtualBoss now. It's opened. Let me close it. Let me close this. So this is it now. It has been installed. But for your own sake, if you install, the installation might not go. Or do you have a computer with you?
No, laptop.
You don't have a laptop with you?
I have laptop now.
Are you doing this meeting from a laptop now?
No, phone.
Okay. So please, if you go to Google, you download. After downloading, the installation might not, the file might not open. When you open your Oracle VM VirtualBoss, let me open. Please, let me delete all this. Because, sorry, let me delete, remove, delete all files, because we're going to start afresh. These are the operating system I've installed on my already existing. That's okay. So when you open it, it's going to come like this. This is a naked computer now. Just like when you buy your computer newly. So this is a new computer that this VirtualBoss is providing for us now, waiting for us to install our what? Our operating system. So these are what? Our hard drive. Our hard what? Hardware, sorry. So please, in case you want to install your own, and when you try to open your what? Your virtual machine, if it gives you an error message, please, you come back to these notes. You understand? Download what? Visual Code Redistributable. So just come here and copy this. You understand? Download Visual Code Redistributable. You come to your what? Your Google. You type this. You paste this in your what? Google. Or, okay, let me do something now. Let me do something now. Let me delete. Okay, let me delete my Visual Code Redistributable. Let me delete it and see with distributable. With distributable. Coming, should be inside my download file. Let me delete it and see if our virtual machine will be able to open. Maybe peradventure they've changed. Visual Code is just set up. I'm trying to see where I downloaded the Visual Code. Should be my download files now. With distributable, it is an application. The Visual Code, not this one, not this Visual Code we just set up. No, it's not this one. Media creation tools, HTML5, X10, Microsoft. Okay, this is it here. You understand? Let me open it. Okay, this is it. Microsoft file, extension, code, local, whatever. So let me delete this. Let me delete. Sorry, I should have done this deletion before this class. I mean, so that we just go into this indirectly. Okay, let me go into our program file. Program futures. See if I can control panels, programs, program and futures. Let me see if it's here, so that I will have to uninstall. Okay, this is it here. I will need to uninstall it. So I just want to start from crash. So that as you are doing your own, you just watch this video, you encounter the same process. Okay, setup successful. Let me see if it has. Okay, now we have uninstalled it. Microsoft Virtual Code. It's not this one. I think we have successfully uninstalled that. Okay, so let me see if my virtual machine will open now. After this uninstallation, it's open good and fine. That means you now have the updated version. Okay, you see now. You see that my virtual machine cannot open. It's telling me. So if you download your virtual machine, then you click install next, you install. You will encounter this problem to tell you the code execution cannot proceed because the serial time was not found. We installing program a fixed problem. So what you will do is you click OK, or just close it. Go ahead and close it. Okay. You come to Google. You download this particular file. Latest support virtual CC with executable. This is what you type to Google. Virtual code with executable. You understand? This enables the runtime of what? Of our virtual machine. You understand? You click on this. After you click on that, you search for download. This is what you want to download, ARM, or you search for this, 64 bits. You click this. So our file is downloading now. So you click on that first one, you come here, you click on this. So you come here, don't worry, the long run, the most important thing is you will not need all this in this career, you understand? But you need to, you need to understand the basics so that when you start using all these free things on AWS, you understand where you are coming from. So all what we are doing here is just for you to understand the basic knowledge. Like all these things we are doing now, all this virtualization, all this IP, we are trying to learn all these things. They are provisioned automatically on AWS, which is where we are going to. So this one is just for you to understand the basis of what? Of virtualization. So what do you do? After downloading, you go to your download. This is our download. I think this is the file we just downloaded now. Come in, let me be sure. You come to your downloads. Okay, this is it here. This is our download. You run it. So it's asking us to install. You click yes. You click on what? Install. Then you click yes. So your installation will start. So can you share before you just download your virtual machine, you open straight. You understand? Okay. I discovered like last month when I was trying to download it, it's asking me to what? To use code, you must start your computer before you use this software. But you know, if I restart this computer now, it will log us out of this meeting because I'm using my computer for this Zoom. So for your own case, you go ahead to restart your computer. You understand? So for your own case, you go ahead to restart your computer, but here I'm not going to restart. You understand? Because this meeting will be logged out. So I will just close. But then when I switch on this computer, I'll switch it off, the application will start working. So until you restart your computer, before you'll be able to use this Oracle VM virtual bus. You see now, it's opening. You understand? Because I've already run all this configuration, reinstalled this initially. But for your own case, please go ahead and restart your computer for you not to encounter any error. You understand? So this, what we've downloaded now is empty computer. And you know what makes up a computer system in our secondary school? What are the components of a computer?
Yeah, CPU, keyboard, mouse, monitor.
So all those CPU, mouse, monitor, what are they called?
For in this our class now, it's called our workstation.
Our class generally, what are they called?
Workstation.
It's not workstation. It's referred to as hardware, computer hardware.
Hardware, okay.
Your keypad, your charger, your battery, that refers to your hardware. So the software is what? The software, you know, the computer is made up of hardware and what? And software. Your hardware is your computer, your CPU, your mouse, your keyboard, your charger, your hardware. Your software, that the what? Operating system that are running on your computer. Like my computer now is running on. Okay, please let me pick a call. Abbas, John, I did class. Might call you back now. I did class. I did class. Might call you back. 1 minute. Yeah. So that makes call sorry for me, but can you hear me now?
Software.
Okay, what I'm saying is
software.
The software is what? Is an operating system on your computer. Like the software provides all this interface. Like my mouse now, I'm seeing my AWS document by Google. I'm able to search for my file, download. These are provided by the software. The software is what? Is an operating system on your computer. So when you go to your VirtualBox, what you have there is your hardware. You don't have a software on this computer now. You understand? And why we are using VirtualBox is because on the VirtualBox, we can install up to 1,000 computers if you want to install on this machine now. You understand? That is what virtualization does. It provides an avenue for you to operate on 1,000 or more computers, as many as possible. But please, for the sake of our class, we are going to use only 2 computers because that is what we need to connect. Like this, I can create like 1,000 computers from this place, which we are going to be doing in our next class. We are going to create a computer, a virtual computer. You understand? A computer that is not real, it's not physical, but it's what? It is existing inside this what? Virtual box. So now you just created an empty virtual machine. So you are going to download your what? Your software. And remember when I told us about networking, it comprises of 2 operating systems, which is your what? Your server and the what? And the client operating system. Remember we talked about server, we talked about server hosts that will be connected to that server. So we are going to download our server, which is referred to as the what? The Microsoft Server what? 2016. So you go to your Google, these are the downloading you'll be doing before the next class. Please, all these downloads, you are going to do them. So what we are doing today is basically download. Why I started with IP, because we are going to be assigning IP to those computers, hopefully in our next class. So are you with me, Dami?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. So you click on your computer, you click download and install Windows Server 2016. So you come here, you search for Windows. So we want to download our server now. Server 2016 ISO download. Are you seeing it? You put this ISO because you are downloading what? The disk image. So put ISO download. When you click enter, it brings you here. So you click on this. This is Windows Server 2016 Microsoft Evaluation Center. You click here. This is how to download your server. You understand? So the language, if you can hear English, Italian, you go ahead and download Italian. If it's Java you want to download, you go and download German. But for here, we want to download the English version. So you click on this. So it will start downloading. Please, I'm going to cancel the download. You understand? Because it's what? An heavy file. I don't want to download this. Can you see what we did now? Let me go back.
Yes.
When you click on this, it will start download automatically. I've already downloaded it. It's a heavy file. So please, you have to be patient. It might take you 1 hour to download. You understand? Or more. So it's 6.5 gig, depending on your network. You know, network commander be in your own Fuji. So you have to exercise patience. After downloading this server, this is what we did. We search for this Windows Server 2016 ISO download. This first one, we clicked on it. And we click on the English version ISO download. We click on it. It downloaded our server for us automatically. This is it here. So this is what you will see after you're downloading. Let me go to my downloaded file. This is what the file will look like. The file. Let me see. Okay, this is it here. Windows Server 2016 Evaluation Center disk image. This is it here. You will see it inside under your download file. Then we also want to download the Windows 10 operating system for our host. Remember, what we want to achieve is to design a server. We want to set up a server now and also make sure that hosts are able to connect to our server. So we don't, because we don't want to interfere with the configuration of our local computer, of our computer normally. You understand? So that is why we want to use what? The virtual machine for our host. We can just go ahead and install only the server here. But we also want to make sure, like I told you before, we can install like 1,000 computers inside this virtual machine. So to install the operating system for your host, you go to your Google again. This time around, you search for Windows 10 Enterprise, Windows 10 Enterprise download. Or you click any one of the two. Download ISO, download 64-bit, they are still the same thing. So anyone you click, it will bring you where. So download Windows 10 disk image ISO file Microsoft. You click here. So it will bring you to this place. So when it brings you here, you click on download now, because we have specified that we want to download the 64-bit. So this is it here. You click on download now. So let me click on download now, but please, I'm not going to download because I already have. Let me cancel this. Okay, this one is already. When you click on download now, for example, it will begin download automatically. You see, my download has started. But please, I'm going to want to cancel it because I already have the file already. You understand? How when you finish downloading, you are going to see it here inside your your download. You see all what you've downloaded inside your download. This is mine here, the one I downloaded. Or if you don't want to download that one, let me go back. You can go ahead and download this first one instead of downloading this. You can say Windows 10 Enterprise download, Windows 10 Enterprise Microsoft Evaluation Center. You can use this one. So whichever the case is, but please mind you, if you use this one, when you want to download, please, you download the 64 bits. Please, 64 bits is only supported for what? Virtualization. So when you come here, you click 64-bit edition, it will start download automatically. But please, I'm going to cancel it because I already have the file installed on my computer. So what we are going to do now is an assignment for you. So please, you go ahead and download your virtual machine. I'm sending it to you on WhatsApp now. You understand what you are going to do?
Okay.
Let me open our WhatsApp chat so I can send it to you. So download VirtualBox. Or we could VM VirtualBox. Download Oracle VM VirtualBox. So after download, you download Windows Server 2016 ISO. Download. These are the keyword. Then you download Windows 10 Enterprise. Download. So I'll send those files to you on WhatsApp. So you can even start tonight. You understand? Because it's going to take time. So go ahead and download it because those things might not have time during the week. If so you want to download, like I told you, that I said you just sacrifice one morning before you go to work and sit down, make sure you download everything. And please follow the steps I told you. And please, mind you, after downloading your VirtualBox, I'm sending the message to you on WhatsApp. Hold on and install it. Download Microsoft's VS redistributable what? Code. Just when you watch the video, there will be a guide about this. WhatsApp is just to guide you. Please, after you downloaded your VirtualBox, to open your VirtualBox, to have an empty image like this, you have to download and install your Microsoft VS redistributable. Please make sure you install after downloading your Oracle VirtualBox. You install, but you might not be able to open your VirtualBox until you download and install your Microsoft VS redistributable code. Sorry, I sent redistributive to you. Let me delete and we'll send to you on WhatsApp. Coming.
Okay.
Download and install. Let me be more specific. Redistributable code. Okay. So you are still in the small part. You will get to a point, everything will look like magic in the class, but don't worry. That is why we are recording this video. When you go back to now watch the video, I bet you understand 100% everything we are doing. So tonight we are stopping here.
Okay.
What I want you to do is to go ahead and make those download. Download your type 2 Vital, which is the Oracle VM VirtualBox. We have other types of virtual machines. They are very plenty. But for the sake of this our class, we are going to be using what? Oracle VM VirtualBox. So you download your VM VirtualBox, you download your server, you download your what? Your operating system, Windows 10 operating system. And you also download your what? Microsoft VS redistributable code and install it to be able to what? To open your what? Your virtual machine. So is there any questions so far?
Okay, no question. No.
But
let me go and try it.
When you are watching the video, if you encounter any problem, don't hesitate to chat me or call me. Just chat me. But make sure you send a graphical image. You can snap the problem. Snap it to me. So that we just look at it together. So this is step by step. I don't want to rush you. So let's take it one after the other, because if you get to a point where I'll be rushing you, but by then you won't be shaking. You must have understood all the basis of what we are doing. You understand?
Okay.
So thank you very much. Precious, bye, Oni.
Thank you. Precious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, would you, Precious? Yeah, would you?
Imoto lawa.
In the matter level. Pray.
Mo ló wà lẹ́yìn yẹn.
Gbogbo owó tí mo bá ná bẹ́ẹ̀ ò fẹ́ náwó ṣúgà dáàdì. Bèrè lọ́wọ́ dání, owó díẹ̀ kọ́ là ń pa ní omega h3. Ìwọ ló ń sọ. All right, kò sí wàhálà. Any nice time. So that means, please, like I told you before, please, you have to practice. So this one is not, if you don't practice, you are just deceiving yourself. You have to keep practicing. And there are some things that when we get on, there are some things I will not even teach you. On your own, you will do the research yourself. But as far as you have the basic knowledge, it will not be difficult to understand. So you have to create time. Code. When you get to that point, don't worry, you'll be writing code. Huh?
Okay.
Please, that means, like I told you before, I don't know what we are actually doing now is basically on AWS. I'm going to teach you the Windows Server Administration, Linux Server Administration, teach you some services on AWS. I will try as much as possible, and now we can cover this in 3 months. That's why we need to be price every week. That is the only way we can cover. It might exceed 3 months. So if it's entered the 4 months, goods are fine. But I want to see if you are also interested in DevOps. DevOps is another package on its own. That one is so tough. I'm not even done learning it. So I'm talking to you now. The one I told you, it's supposed to be $3,000. That's like 2.something million. But I was so gracious enough to see somebody that will start to help me out with it. But when we get there, we will cross over it. But let's start with the basics first, the small ones.
Okay.
You
will for me lórí pa ebo fún ẹ. O fẹ́ scatter ọpọlọ mi, o fẹ́ dàpọ̀, o fẹ́ rò pọ̀.
So go see what
Omega. Omega, this one is in which class?
That means saying the 7,000 missing me now, 7,000. She over some busy any.
Balẹ̀, ṣé wọn pé mo fẹ́ ṣe calculation wa. Mo calculation wa bí ọ̀rọ̀ wa fún mi lówó.
So torí ẹ lò ní sọ gbèsè 7,000 báyìí.
Ẹ calculation mi ná. Torí ò fún mi lówó mi pé jẹ́ calculation mi ká mo ta wa.
Ẹni ẹ̀ lájọ wa, gbèsè mú ẹ lọ́rùn gbogbo àtẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ délé.
Mo gbà.
All right, but please just go ahead and make sure before our next class on Friday next week, you have practiced everything, you've downloaded everything.
Okay, mo ti gbọ́ ẹ ṣé bá mi kíyàwó àtọmọ o.
Okay, I'll go to Oshima.
Yeah. Ó dà.
Yeah.